is going on YouTube? How is everyone doing today? I hope you're doing well. It's Friday, so that means the weekend's coming. Hopefully you guys aren't doing anything that's too intensive over the weekend. Hopefully you're having fun, because, the weekend and all that fun stuff. Today we're talking about being an IT pro. IT pro, a real technology hero, right? That's what an IT pro is, a real technology hero in many ways. But today I want to talk about, is IT right for you? Because I've been putting out some different videos lately, and I feel like some people have gotten maybe discouraged by them. And I don't want that. I don't want people to be discouraged by IT as a career choice, especially those who have already started walking down this path of getting into IT. IT is a great career. It really, really is. And I'm not just saying that because I've worked in IT for the last God knows how many years, but I've met so many people along the way. Along this journey that I've gone through with IT career questions, met so many people who just love, adore, really, IT. They're fascinated by it. They enjoy their day-to-day life. I don't hear too many complaints. I think the complaints that you do hear about IT, you're going to hear them everywhere. You're going to hear that no matter what career you're in, right? They're all very similar in that aspect. And that's the same for breaking into IT. And I think, many people have trouble getting into this field. And that is the same with most any other career field that you choose. Say you go to school to be an accountant. You could have a lot of trouble finding an accounting job just as much as like you would have trouble finding an IT job. It's across the industry or industries as a whole. So having determination, is IT right for you? Are you determined? That's one of those things, right? Like, I think there's many facets behind IT that make it a really great career. Now, I say, to people, IT is for everybody. Like, there's no barrier to IT in any way other than like you taking the steps to getting into this field. You can, and I say this to anybody, if you're a single parent, you can work in IT. If you are completely unfamiliar with technology, you can still work in IT. The thing about IT is like like most professions, right? And I'm even like trades and things like that. Like, you can learn everything. You can learn the skills that it takes to become an IT professional. It's doable. The great thing about IT is bringing people in from, outside of technology, because there's so many people who have a great mindset, who are really good at, troubleshooting or walking through different steps on trying to figure out solutions to problems. And they have different ideas. And I think that's something that's really important about IT is thinking outside of the box. And that's where like anybody comes into play. Like, if you're a career changer, if you're older, and I'm talking older like 50, 60, yes, 60-year-olds do work in IT. They like retire from their main career and they start working in IT because they've enjoyed technology. And you can't, like, anybody can do this. Like, that's like the biggest point that I always try to get across and want to get across is no matter who you are, where you come from, what you're doing now, like, you can do this. Everybody can do this, and it's a great career. It's a lot of fun. Now, there's obviously challenges, and we've seen that with entering the field, that there's challenges. We've seen that with the certification drama that's happened with Cisco, with Microsoft, and a lot of people have gotten very frustrated with Cisco and Microsoft and them, kind of revamping the entire certification thing, right? Like, it's frustrating. I get it. Like, I get that. But here's the thing about IT. It's always evolving and it's always changing. And if you can't adapt to change, if you can't go with the punches, like, IT might not be right for you, because every day something in technology changes. Something evolves. Things disappear. Things stop being used as much as they were before. You see that there's this big push to cloud, right? Like, everybody's like, oh, cloud, 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 cloud. That's all you hear is cloud. And now, your on-prem stuff isn't going away. That's a whole nother video, right? But this is just an example of how things change, right? And over time, now the cloud has been like this big thing for the last 5, 6 years, 7 years maybe. And more so in the last couple of years that it's really kind of just blew up in many ways. But that's just an evolution of IT. And that's something you got to roll with the punches. You got to figure it out. You're always going to be learning. So that's like the next thing. If you don't like to learn, like if you think you're going to get into IT and hang on, I got to cough here real quick. I got to mute this microphone. Sorry, all of my kids have like gone through all of the sickness lately. Like everybody's sick. Coronavirus is going to kill us all. Just kidding. Don't take me seriously on that. I know nothing about the coronavirus. Anyway, now I forgot what I was saying. I forgot what I was saying. I was on this tirade. I was ready to go. Now I forgot. Anyway, I hope everybody in the chat's doing right. All right. Hello to everybody in the chat. Now I got to think back to what I was just saying. Somebody in the chat, tell me what I was just saying, because I completely forgot. Oh, man. That's terrible. I should have had this written down, and I didn't write it down. Come on, somebody in the chat, help me out. What was I just saying? Oh, no. I'm failing. This is the great thing about live streams, is that I can screw up, and you guys get to witness it. Like, you guys get to witness it firsthand. Like, you guys don't know how often this happens, like, in videos that I record, where I'll actually just sit there, and I'm like, I'll just stare at the floor, because I'm like, what the heck was I just saying? And there's, like, all this. Oh, cloud, all right, yeah, cloud. So evolving, right? And transition, or not transition, the IT industry evolves. Things change all the time. Learning, that was what I was talking about, learning. Thank you guys in the chat. I love you guys. We got it. We figured it out. Always be learning. Like, if you are a person who doesn't like to learn, IT might not be right for you. And if you think like you're going to get into IT, like you're going to pass a couple certifications or get your degree, work in IT, and never learn a thing again, I got news for you. That's not how this field works. Like, that's not what happens. If you want to stay in help desk for the rest of your life, and not that there's anything wrong with that, right? Like, I really want to emphasize that, because I've known people who have worked on help desk for like 15, 20 years even, and they just enjoy it. Like, it's mindless. You would know what to expect on a day-to-day basis. You get accustomed to that type of role, and some of these people make really good money working in a help desk type of position. So they work that for a long time. But if you're somebody who doesn't want to work in help desk for the rest of your life, you're going to have to learn and adapt to changes, because everything in IT changes in a blink of an eye, it seems like. So roll with the punches. Start understanding that you're going to have to learn, and you're going to have to adapt to change at some point in your IT career. If you can't do these things, like if you just absolutely cannot adapt to change and learn new things, well, I mean, I'm sorry. I would never tell somebody to work in IT if that is their mindset. If that's how they feel. Like, I'm sorry, don't come to this field if that's how you feel, because it's not going to be a good time. Where was I? Going to something next. Change. Why didn't I write this down? I should have wrote this down, y'all. I'm failing you. I'm failing. Epic fail. Yeah. Somebody wrote in the chat, epic fail. Yeah, I totally epic failed on this. So I think those are just a few key points that I want to emphasize as far as, is IT right for you, right? Like, and what's up, Chris Howitt, my brother? I love you, Chris Howitt. IT is all about pivoting. And that's another great thing about IT is, like, you never have to be stuck in the same role, ever. Like, if you have your mindset right now that you're going to get into IT and become a network administrator, and I've used this, like, the same exact analogy or same exact kind of process many times where I've talked about this. You could start off your career as a network or start off help desk, get into a network administrator, whatever, and you work as a network administrator for 10 years, and then you're like, I actually hate this. Like, I hate being a network administrator. I never want to look at a switch again. I never want to look at a terminal ever again for the rest of my life. You can pivot. Like, you could become a sysadmin after that. You could become a developer after that. You can go into security. There's so many different little niches within IT that as long as you have experience, it's going to be so easy for you to pivot into something different. It's such a cool career and such a cool field because of that alone, that you're never stuck. Once you get started, your possibilities are truly like endless, truly endless once you start getting experience under your belt. Like that's like just the craziest thing about IT. And I love that. I love that, you know, if I get sick of being a sysadmin, I don't have to do that for the rest of my life. I can go do something else in IT and find it just as enjoyable, you know? So takeaways from this is, you know, I think there's a lot about IT that makes it an amazing career. And I mean, I think there's a lot about it that can make it a challenging career for people. And knowing and understanding, you know, what those challenges are, and knowing and understanding what comes ahead of you will hopefully help you find a better path. And that's kind of why like this IT Career Questions YouTube channel exists, is to inform you on the things that you may not know about, that you may have not even thought about when it comes to IT. It's the things that you don't learn about in school. This is the things that you don't learn about on a certification. And, you know, I try to bring on other experts, like Chris Howitt, who's in the chat, who's a freaking expert. I love that guy. I try to bring in other IT experts who can share their advice and things like that as well. So I'm sure I think I thought of more that I wanted to talk about, like, is IT right for you? But I think I covered some of the main points that I wanted to emphasize. So I'm sure if I think of stuff, I'll bring it up as this chat goes on. But of course, also wanted to open this up to you guys as like an Ask Me Anything, or if there's anything that you guys just want to talk about, converse with yourselves or all of us, like let's talk, let's see what's going on and what I can help you with today. And I'm giving away one of these t-shirts. If you want to win one of these right here, IT Pro, a real technology hero, you want to win one of these t-shirts? We're going to be giving one away. Absolutely free in this live stream. So we'll talk about how we can make that happen here in a little bit, because I know it's going to get chaotic once I tell you guys how you can win this. But anyway, what's up, live chat? How y'all doing today? Let's check out the live chat. Oh boy, why does that look so distorted? That looks terrible. Whatever. We'll deal. Is there any, let's see. Murray, can I say anything about the Chicago IT industry specifically? Well, considering from Chicago, I could say a lot about Chicago IT industry specifically. What do you want to know about it though? Like, it's huge. There's so many freaking jobs in the Chicagoland area all the time. So I guess, what do you want to know? Like, it's busy. There's always stuff going on. You know, there's always jobs available. Am I studying for the Azure Fundamentals? I am studying for the Azure Fundamentals. I did not get it yet. Question, what education do you need to be a cybersecurity analyst? Well, I mean, you can go to school to become like a cybersecurity. Well, you go to school to get a cybersecurity degree. Can that help you become a cybersecurity analyst? Yeah, it sure can. Certifications can also help you. Experience can also help you. The great thing about IT is there's no set in stone path to your success. Like, you could start off in any which way. There's nothing that says like this is exactly how you have to do it every time. Everybody's path into IT, I feel like, is very different from one another. What's going on, David Hajar? You're wondering if the market was mature, like if there's new jobs. There's always new jobs in Chicago, like always, and the surrounding suburbs. Like, how many people are in Chicago? Let's Google that. How many people live in Chicago? Just getting an idea how many people are around there. 2.7 million people in Chicago. Okay, now let's talk about the Chicago suburbs. How many people live in Chicago suburbs? Well, the Chicagoland metropolitan area includes Chicago and its suburbs. The population is about 9.5 million people. Wow. So 9.5 million people around Chicago. Just around Chicago and the suburbs. You know what that tells me? There are a lot of freaking jobs out there. Let's put in Chicago. Let's put in help desk. Just try that out. All right. Let's do screen share. I got to change this. Hold up. That's what we're going to use to pick our random winner. That over there. That. Ooh. Nope. Yeah. Oh, we got it. We got it. We did it, guys. We did it. Have no fear. Here you go. Help desk, Chicago, Illinois. Page one of 1,959 jobs. That's a lot of jobs for just help desk, y'all. Like, that is a lot of jobs for just help desk. How many information technology jobs in Chicago? That's kind of a silly number, 1,360. So that's jobs just posting specifically information technology. What else could we put? We could put system administrator, right? Yeah. 194 jobs, Chicago. And then, of course, we could start going into suburbs. We could talk about Tinley Park. That's like where about I'm from. 177 around that area. 1,604 for help desk around that area of Tinley Park. There's a lot of, look at this. So Oakbrook Terrace, Crest Hill, Mokina, Elmhurst, Joliet, Oak Lawn, Crown Point, Indiana. That's kind of strange, but it's not that far. Elwood, Western Springs. Anyway, you guys can see, like, and this is something that you guys can look up on your own. Go on Indeed.com, search for all of jobs in your area, right? There's jobs all the time being posted. Like, every day, new jobs are posted for IT. So go do it. Akuma, what fundamentals should you know for your first entry-level position? A lot of the things that are on the A+, basically. One thing that I am doing right now that I've talked about maybe once or twice before, I'm building a course that's going to talk about many IT fundamentals for entry-level roles. So that'll be coming out way down the line because I'm working on something. Anyway, whatever. We got stuff coming, guys. We got stuff coming. M. Beltran, will the Ccna land me a job? What can you do to enter the field? The Ccna can help you get a job. What can you do to enter the field? Apply for everything. Christopher, you have your A+ 1001 exam scheduled on the 31st. Good luck. Good luck. Strategy to get into DevOps? Well, you got to start somewhere. So what are you doing currently to help you down your path? You know, DevOps is silly once we start talking about that. It just gets a little bit silly. Michael Anderson, hello. You would like to know how do you renew a CCNA certification using continuation education credit? You're probably going to have to check on Cisco's website to see what valid forms of like the CPE, whatever. What are those things called? I can't think of it. Anyway, you're going to have to check on the Cisco website to see what they offer for that. It might be like they have webinars or something you can attend. You can also probably look about other certifications to renew it. Check on Cisco's website because I'm not 100% on what their requirements are as far as that goes. But I know that they'll have things on their website that list off, like, you could attend this course or this webinar and it'll give you credit and blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. How about VoIP? What you want to know about VoIP? Would I consider doing a video on building a good resume geared towards IT? I've thought about it, and like I'm not really the best expert when it comes to resumes. I actually downloaded stuff for a live stream and kind of started preparing that. I'm just not ready to do it. But we could talk about it. We will. Is a sysadmin different to a server admin? I mean, it depends on the context of those roles in many ways. Like, here's the thing about IT too. Like, the job descriptions are stupid. Or job titles. Sorry, job descriptions are great, actually. Job titles are stupid because they make no sense half the time to what they exactly do. So depending on what company it is that you're working for, a sysadmin and a server admin could essentially be the same exact thing. However, different places might look at those titles completely differently from one another. It's silly. In theory, a sysadmin could definitely be different from a server admin because a sysadmin could manage more than just servers, right? Because you're managing systems, so you could be managing multiple areas within an infrastructure. Where a server admin sounds like very specifically to you that you're only going to be doing server related work. You know what I mean? Like it's silly, but at the same time, like depending on the company, like a server admin, which it sounds silly, honestly, it could be the same exact thing to a sysadmin. Jeff Blau, I don't know. Sorry, I was reading what Chris was saying. You're not sure what you should be doing next. Been going for help desk, service desk for about 3-4 years. Collectively, want to look at sysadmin roles. Only sure I have a Security Plus required at your employer. So you're not sure what you should be going for next. Well, start applying for jobs that are outside of help desk. Start going for level 2 jobs and level 3 jobs. Start gearing up your resume to reflect the experience and skills that you have that would help you become or help you achieve a higher role. You could also get a certification that's more geared towards system administration. So you can start looking at cloud certifications or the Microsoft certs that are still around right now, VMware certs, different things like that. Is it okay to go from Comptia A Plus straight to Security Plus, skipping the Network Plus? Yeah, that's fine. All the Comptia certs are all entry level, so you're not, you're going to be able to study for whatever's on the Security Plus. You're not going to miss too much with the Network Plus. I think there's definitely things covered on the Network Plus that are very handy when it comes to the Security Plus. So there's probably things on that Network Plus that you'll miss out on. Having that knowledge to help you with the Security Plus, but I think it's all learnable. Is working in IT viable for someone with a bad social anxiety disorder? Kevin, so thank you for asking that question, because that was one of the things that I wanted to talk about that I forgot about because my mind just kind of spaced. One of the things, like, is IT right for you? Like, you always have to be working with people. Like, when you're just starting out, like, you're going to find that you're always working with people. Always. Even as you're advancing your roles and advancing your career, the thing about IT is that it's always going to be somewhat customer service focused and driven, being that you're always going to be working with people directly. Whether you're working with managers, you're working with end users, especially as your career progresses and you're working on projects, you have to start working with other people from other departments to get projects done, many times. As scary as it sounds, right? Like, I'm telling you, like, yes, you have to work with people. And when you have an anxiety disorder, and I understand that because, like, I was there. Like, you guys would be surprised. Like, 10 years ago, even about 10 years ago, I'd say, like, a lot of things started to change. But 10 years and before that, even, I hated people. Like, I hated talking to people. I hated being around people. Like, it was just so awkward, and I was so awkward. But it's one of those things that as you start doing it, you start learning how to cope, and you start learning how to deal with people. And that's not something that you just learn right off the bat. It's not something that just you can figure it out in a couple of months. Like sometimes I feel like learning good customer service and learning to deal with people, learning to talk to people, and deal with your own anxieties, it just takes time. And that's okay. Like there should be nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, the fact that it takes time. It's something that you just internally start to figure out and digest. And what happens is, I feel like many times, and this happens many times with people who have like anxiety and depression and things like that, you learn to put on a front. Like you learn to be somebody completely different. And at work or out in society as a whole, like you learn to be somebody different. And you put on this, this fake facade or whatever. You go out and you work, you deal with society, and then you come home and then you just kind of go back to, being your antisocial self, which I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I hate going out sometimes. That's all right. But the point is, like, you figure it out. Like, you figure out how to deal with it. And I always suggest people, like, if you haven't started working yet, cutoff is making me nothing. It's here. Sorry. I always suggest to people to get a customer service job before getting into IT. Because, like, many times, like, whether you're going to college or you're studying your certifications, like, you have in-between time. And during that in-between time of studying, like, go out and work at, your Home Depot. Go out and work at your JCPenney or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, go out and find a job that you work customer service and you deal with people face to face. And as much as you hate it and as awkward as it could be for you, it's the best thing to help you understand how to deal with people. Because in IT, you will always be dealing with people. It's not as secluded as it may have once been many years ago when you were stuck in the basement dungeon and you didn't talk to anybody, or you're a programmer and you just sit in front of your screen all day, every day, and you don't interact with people. Like, that's not how it is. Like, that's just not how it is. We don't sit in dungeons and deal with people remotely all the time, or deal with things that have nothing to do with other people, right? I think I beat this dead horse, so let's move on from that. You'll be all right. That's the point. You will be all right. Hang on. What questions that I missed? Oh, I saw somebody in the chat. I want to make sure I give a huge shout out to them. KevTech. All right, guys. Go check out KevTech, because he started a YouTube channel. And he answers a lot of questions like I do. He's an IT professional. And he can give you guys more insight into becoming an IT professional as well. I highly recommend that you guys go check out KevTech. I put the link in the chat. Make sure that works. That should work. Go check out KevTech. Go subscribe to him. Watch his videos. Ask him questions, because he does live streams. Anyway, I just want to give a shout out to him for sure. What questions did I miss? I'm sorry if I missed your questions, because this sometimes gets out of hand. How long should you study for your Comptia Network Plus? You just got the A+. That's one of those questions where it's like, I can't tell you, because I have no idea how you learn. Like, I don't understand how your brain works, right? Like, I don't understand, like, the best way for you to learn, and I don't know how long it's going to take you to learn. The best bit of advice that I could tell you is, when you're studying for certifications, there are probably hundreds, if not thousands at this point, practice exams available to you out on the internet. Take as many as those as you possibly can. And when you're passing those at like a 90% rate, you're probably ready to go take that exam. That's the best advice that I can give you when it comes to, like, how long should you study. I don't know. Study as long as it takes you to be passing these practice exams on a regular basis. Got it. Good. Yep, good. Let's see. Vikita? Terrible with names. I'm sorry. You're new to IT. Should you take the Comptia A+ now, March through May, and then the Ccna in the summer? New Cisco study guide releases in June 2020. If you're new to IT, I always recommend the A+ just because it's a great fundamental exam where it just teaches you so many of the different fundamentals of IT. That's why I always think it's a great idea. So, sure. Bro, start your own training program. You got the following. I got my own. Look at this. ITCQ.tv. Coupon code. ITCQ50 saves you 50% off. The ITCQ TV, that website, that's how to get an entry-level job in IT. Walks you through step by step the best processes that you could take to land your first job or just get started out. Like I think there's many there's like a lot of pro tips in there that I give, and it's just, I don't know, I think it helps people really kind of have like a guide to follow, right? And have like all this information at your disposal that really can give you an advantage over somebody else who's applying for a job, right? That's kind of what it's all about. How do you get an advantage over somebody who has maybe experience and you don't? How do you get an advantage over somebody who has certifications when you don't? Right? It kind of just walks you through that whole process there. Live chat for the win. Chris Howard, job titles are stupid. Ain't that the truth? Netflix has roles titled nerd. I love that. Is it okay to self-study for Security Plus instead of going into a training boot camp? I never recommend training boot camps, first of all. Chris Howard, see you later. It's always good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. I don't believe in boot camps. I don't think they're a great thing. Like, I would never do it. I would never spend the amount of money that they want on a boot camp when you can join like Pluralsight for like $30 a month or something. You can join IT Pro TV for 30 something bucks a month. You can join Test Out. I think Test Out's a little bit more expensive. CBT Nuggets, like all these places, like we're talking like less than $100 a month, and you get access to everything that you would from a boot camp in many ways. And you could take your time and go through it. Like, a boot camp's going to cost you thousands of dollars, right? Well, you could join Pluralsight for 2 months and pay like $60. So, and then in that 2 months, you could get enough knowledge to go past whatever certification you want, right? And then you're talking maybe like $400 for the certification. So you're talking like $460 to get certified compared to, $8,000 that it would cost you to go to a boot camp. I don't know. To me, I'd rather spend $460 than $8,000. That's just me. I don't know. I have a lot of conversations with people about boot camps. So anyway. Hey, is there still a lot of jobs in technology? Hey, Robert, there are a crap ton of jobs in technology. IT career questions. Thoughts on going for MCSA before June? Do it. Do it up. I would do it. Do it. How many years do I recommend staying in one position before moving? Typically, like 2 years or so is a pretty good time. But anywhere from like 1 to 3 years, that's fine too. If there's no room for you to grow somewhere, then why are you going to stay there? Like, that's my whole thing. Like, don't stay there if you're not going to grow. Can one get a cloud job with Cloud Plus cert, PCEP, and CIP Python certs? I mean, probably. Probably, honestly. It's going to be difficult for you if you don't have any prior experience. That's going to be your only downfall. And I say probably because there's probably like a 2% chance that you could without having any experience. So there's that. Michael Anderson, thanks, Zach. Also, if I don't have any experience, how do I land a job as a network engineer? Should I pursue the CCNP or Net Plus? You'll almost never land a job as a network engineer as your first job. Like, that just doesn't happen. Like, okay, it does happen to 2% of the people. That's like my number today. Probably 2% of the people who have no experience can go out and become a network engineer. Though that 2% of people are like geniuses in many ways, or they know somebody. That's just the truth of the matter. But many people aren't going to trust somebody with their network and become a network engineer without having prior experience. Because as much as you can go and pass your CCNP, your CCNA, your Network Plus, as much as you can pass all of these certifications, without experience, like you're still not as valid. Like you're still not as wanted in many ways, because experience is so huge. It's experience is king. And experience is king because whatever you've learned on these certification exams almost doesn't apply to somebody's real world network. What they do in their real world network can be so completely different from how you learned it on an exam. And without understanding how a real business infrastructure operates, you're useless. Like that's just like the truth. Now, I don't mean that in a negative way. I don't mean that in a bad way. But like having the experience, I don't want to get on a tirade on that right now. I really don't. I don't, because I'll get going, and I don't want to get going right now. Yes, that's all I gotta say about that. I'm scrolling through the chat here trying to find y'all's questions. Is PowerShell and Active Directory useful to a network engineer? Yeah, it can be. I think there's things about PowerShell just to help. As long as you're if you're only specifically network related, maybe not. But understanding, I think some of those things can help you. I'm sorry, and there's like all this different. I think there's just things about it that could be useful, but I don't think it's required in any way. Chris C., thanks for taking questions. You're going to take the Comptia A+ Core 1 in exactly 2 weeks. Been studying material from Pluralsight and others. Any extra advice for people taking the exam? I gave you all the advice that I can give about exams. Take practice exams as much as you can. Any info on good Mac Apple certifications for primarily Mac OS Office environments? Do they even have Mac certifications? I should probably know this, but I don't, because that's how much I care about Apple certifications. I don't. Now, I say that when I love my MacBook, but I really don't even care about Apple. Learn Apple on your own. Put it on your resume. I know Apple. That's it. Is learning the cloud and AWS a good way to get into IT, or is that jumping ahead? That's kind of jumping ahead. I don't know. I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name. But you said you failed your A+ Core 2 in December, doing temp FST for the election. What should you do next? Well, go at it again, bro. Keep studying and go get that thing. Where can you transfer to after you complete 1 year on an entry-level role such as help desk, level 2 help desk, level 3 help desk? You know, there's many different roles that you can transition to. And one of the best ways I feel like even transitioning or getting a better foot forward, it's just getting a job that pays you more money, that gives you more responsibility. So whatever job that's going to give you more money and give you more experience and more responsibilities, that's a step ahead, right? Don't make a lateral move, though. Did test out for school for your A+, passed just fine, comes with practice exams and everything. Yeah, test out is awesome. I love test out. Their test out's simulated labs are probably the best I've ever seen. I mean, they really are. Especially when it comes to the A+, I would recommend test out all day, every day. All day. How to select a company to work for, red flags and green flags. I'm going to have something coming out very, very soon, Murray. It's actually an entire course about IT interviews, and we're going to talk about red flags and green flags based on questions that you can ask. But as far as red flags, green flags, like right off the bat, the best thing that you could do is go on Glassdoor and look up that company on Glassdoor, or Indeed even, because many times, I think on Indeed, they give you feedback there as well, from people who have either worked there currently or have worked there before. But Glassdoor definitely does a good job of kind of sharing that information. You can really learn a lot about a company before you even go in for an interview, or even before you apply, and see if that's going to be a good fit for you. Ryan, you're new to IT and you're studying for Security Plus. You have your test next week. However, studying, you felt like most of the topics were glossed over and you found yourself bouncing around. Yeah, Security Plus is, especially if you're new to IT, Security Plus is probably not the best certification to start with because there's so much information there. And if you don't already understand the fundamentals to much of what they're talking about in the Security Plus, like, you could be so confused. Yeah. It's a difficult one. I've said this before, that I've talked to other IT professionals who have been in the field, as long as I have or longer, who even have certifications like CEH or, their CCNAs or their MCSEs, who've gone and taken their Security Plus and they failed it because there's just so much to know that it can be difficult. And that's just truth, guys. That's fine. That's all good. Oh my goodness. Trying to go through the chat, y'all. Oh my goodness. What do I think of Next Gen IT? I see their ads on Facebook all the time and they annoy the crap out of me. That's all I can tell you about them, because that's all that I know about them. Oh, shout out to No Degree IT. What's up, boss? What sites offer a good A+ practice exam? Drake, I would just Google that. There are many of the training providers that offer simulated labs and things like that. They'll have practice exams. IT Pro TV, Pluralsight, all those big guys. They usually offer some type of practice exam with their membership. So you can check that out. Otherwise, there's tons of free stuff out on the Google. Which one do I feel is the best third-party online training? Like you said, between IT Pro TV, CBT Nuggets, ETC, Lawrence. So here's the cool thing about the IT training companies that I recommend. I've gone through, much of their back end. I've spoken to people who work there, tried to understand what they're about, what they're doing, and I only recommend the ones that I know about, right? The ones that I've actually gone and seen and understand something about it. I can recommend them because I feel like, I feel like I've kind of vetted them in some way, and I can recommend them, right? I don't care who you join at the end of the day. I don't care if it's IT Pro TV. I don't care if it's CBT Nuggets. I don't care if it's Pluralsight. Join whoever you feel like joining. Join whoever you feel fits you the most. You could join free trials on almost all of them. IT Pro TV offers a free trial. Pluralsight offers a free trial. Join all of their free trials and utilize them during that free trial period to figure out which one you feel like you're going to enjoy the most. That's the best bit of advice that I can give you. My personal opinion almost doesn't even matter here. I could tell you who I enjoy the most, but just because I enjoy them the most doesn't mean that you will enjoy them the most. And it's most important that you sign up for a training platform that you are going to utilize, that you are going to feel comfortable with, and use because you like it. Don't do it because I'm telling you. Absolutely do not ever do that because any YouTuber or anybody tells you. When they offer free trials, utilize the hell out of those so you can understand which one you're going to like the most. That's what I can tell you. Is there an age limit to IT? No. Any age, you could be an IT professional. I'm reading chat right now. That's why I'm not talking. I can't read and talk at the same time. It's very complicated for me. Is it hard to join Geek Squad or Microsoft job for beginners in IT field? Probably not. I feel like anybody could go work at Geek Squad or Micro Center jobs. How many hours a day would I recommend studying for the CCNA if in college? Well, it depends on what you're utilizing to study, right? Because bring up, we'll say Pluralsight, for instance, right? You're going to see once you go through or go into one of their courses, they'll tell you how many hours that course is, right? So different sections within that course could take, 30 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour, whatever, right? So how much time can you realistically set aside to study that? And then you can almost double it in many ways, especially with the CCNA, because I think it's really important as you're even studying for it is that you're labbing the CCNA material as well, that you're understanding actually hands-on and hands-on quote unquote what you're doing and what you're learning from the CCNA. So how many hours a day would I recommend studying for the CCNA? As many hours as you possibly can, that's just the truth. As much as you can get into it and dive into it and do it. A question from Brandon. You have A+, Security+, Network+, which gives you your CSIS and CIOS, and you have a year of help desk experience. Your network security and your IT security risk management. You're having a hard time getting a security analyst job. What is my advice? It's going to be difficult. It's always going to be difficult in many ways. Transitioning jobs and getting into security, you just have to apply for everything. And you have to make sure that your resume is tailored to the jobs that you're applying for and matching your skill set to, the skills that they're looking for these jobs. And then, as much as you can get experience in different security-related tasks, different security-related projects and things within the environment that you're currently working, the better it'll be for you. Is there a way to get a cheap Apple computer with a student discount? I shouldn't even recommend these guys because they're not paying me. I think it's Max Sales. Yeah, MaxSales.com. I've bought 2 used Apple MacBook Pros. I bought a MacBook Pro and a MacBook Air from these guys, and they've been fantastic. They're used. They're recertified. I don't think they're recertified maybe, but they're used, but they work. I've had good luck with them. I've recommended 3 people buy MacBooks from them, and they've all been great. So there you go. Still reading through this chat. Oh my gosh. Aaron, you say you have an Amazon data center in your area. They hire tons of people. Would I recommend going there after college? You heard people really don't like it, but they pay really well. I would absolutely go for it. There's probably going to be many jobs that you're going to come across that you're not going to like, or that somebody's not going to like. It doesn't mean that you're not going to like it, but it'll be helpful for you. How do you get out of help desk? 10 years plus experience. As bachelors, can't even get an interview for a mid-level position. No, that seems crazy, bro. But if somebody just said, fix your resume. That's probably going to be the best bit of advice that I can give to you, is fix your resume. Gabriel Gonzalez, 34-year-old with family and bills. Any idea on how to transition easier to switch in the IT field? Check out my course, itcq.tv. The course, itcq.tv. That can definitely help you, honestly. Anyway, you could tie your language ability with the IT field, Spanish and Italian, maybe Portuguese later. Steven, so I just posted, somebody posted something on LinkedIn the other day that they were looking for bilingual people in the northwestern suburbs of Chicago. You're always going to find that. Not always. I shouldn't say always. Sorry. You will often find that having bilingual or being bilingual it can help you, especially for the jobs that are actually looking for that. Jorge, is it possible to get certified if your first language is not English? Yes, absolutely. Let's see. Michael Panchu, you've worked in a front desk role. You've worked in a few front desk roles before at gyms, where you answered many phone calls a day, escalated calls, and utilized the software to reset passwords. Does this count as help desk experience in a way? Yeah, kinda. A little bit. Oh, y'all are speaking Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, y'all. Geek Squad is a joke. Yeah, you know what? Geek Squad is a joke. But you know what isn't a joke? The experience that you get from working at Geek Squad. That is not a joke. That's actual verifiable experience that you've at least worked a customer service job and that it's somewhat related to IT. So as much as Geek Squad is a total and complete joke, and I will completely agree 100% with you, if you can get a job working at Geek Squad to get yourself experience, you better be doing it. You better put on your big boy boots and go out and apply for a Geek Squad job, because once you get that experience, you're going to be so thankful that you did. Period. Tyler Anderson, do I dabble in any development? I mean, not as much as I should. I keep develop. It's not my strong suit, yo. It's not what I'm most comfortable with. I would love to learn more. I definitely want to learn more Python. Like, that's one thing that I want to challenge myself to a little bit more this year, is learning more Python and learning more PowerShell. It's just trying to get that scheduled on my already ridiculously crazy schedule. But it'll happen. It's like development is so much the future when it comes to IT. It's ridiculous. And I don't talk about that often, but it really is. Understanding programming languages, scripting languages, it's like the very best thing that you can do, because it makes you relevant so many ways, especially with the way that this industry is evolving. Elston Diaz, CCNA or AWS in 2020? I would say AWS all day. Is help desk the only entry-level job or computer level one technician? There are so many different entry-level IT job titles that it gets ridiculous. So there are plenty of different types of entry-level IT jobs. Like, you're even going to see like desktop engineer as a job title, and that's entry-level. Like, you'll see crap like that. It's completely ridiculous, but whatever. Oh, whatever. What is the best way to learn the ticketing system? Help desk job post ask after you be familiar with help desk job post ask you to be familiar with this. Hold up. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, there's a free trial. Sweet. I'm going to be doing a video on this. I don't know when, and I don't want to say when, for obvious reasons, because, sometimes I just suck, quite frankly. But SolarWinds, you can check out their help desk software for $3. A free $1 14-day trial of their help desk software. I'm going to be doing a video on this, so we'll talk about it. But yeah, definitely check that out if you want to learn about ticketing systems. Stupid chat. There we go. That's so much better. What kind of person is good for working in IT? Any kind of person. Every kind of person is good for working in IT. Tyler Anderson, you started off in hardware, but have recently switched to dev, front end currently, hopefully to move to full stack one day. Was just curious. Thanks for the feedback. For sure. Dude, that's a great thing about IT is you can pivot anywhere you want to go. Anywhere you want to go, y'all. Robert, should you take mathematics or IT or CIS, maybe self-taught? Bro, you do whatever you want. It does not matter. Does IT require a lot of math? No, not at all. I suck at math. Like, I am the worst person at math. Like, it's embarrassing. Like, honestly, it's embarrassing how terrible I am at math. But, like, here's the thing. Like, I don't know how many of you people know this who are in the chat right now, right this second. I dropped out of high school when I was 14. Dropped out of high school when I was 14. From that point on, I taught myself, like, at that time, everything I could possibly learn about technology. And I started doing web development at the age of 14 when I dropped out of high school. I didn't get my GED until the year 2010. 10 years ago, I got my GED. Dropped out of high school in 1999. Here I am. I've been an IT professional since, like, the day I turned 18. Like, even before that, really, I was making money doing websites. I was making money helping people with their computers, making money building websites for other people, right? And then when I was 18, like, I landed like this, it just kind of fell into my lap, but really helping with a very small school's computer lab. And that was back in 2002. And I had no high school diploma at that time. I had no GED at that time. I was a freaking idiot, right? Like, this is funny. Like, it just goes to show you, like, anybody can do this. Anybody can do it. I encourage you guys to do it. But anyway, I told you all I was going to give away one of these t-shirts. So if you would like to enter the drawing for one of these t-shirts, I'm going to make you guys just fill out a form because it's going to be so much easier that way. I'm sorry. It's going to be easier than taking names. I'll make this as easy as I possibly can, though. But let's give away one of these shirts. I have to create a new competition thing. T-shirt. Win a free t-shirt. User details. No. How to enter. How do I want you guys to enter? I'm going to make you guys visit. Let's just make you guys visit the t-shirt store. In case you don't win, you can still buy a t-shirt. Because that helps me do what I do. Support the channel and all that fun stuff. Isn't that what you're supposed to say? Isn't that what, like, other YouTubers help support the channel and buy my merch and all that fun crap? Okay, action quad. Cool. T-shirt. T-shirt. Heck yeah. All right. Where do I? Save. Embed in page. Sure. Embed this in a page. Or I could just, there we go. I'll share this link. All right. If you would like to enter the drawing for this t-shirt, or, you know, you want to have a free t-shirt, whatever, put it in the chat. Be like, yo, t-shirt. Just put t-shirt in the chat. Just so I know that there's people who actually want a free t-shirt. Now I'm going to look at this chat again. Alexander, should you worry too much about a fallout with the last company you worked for a reference, or how to get a job and focus more on skills and experience over a bad fallout? Well, if you had a bad fallout with a company, I probably wouldn't put them on your resume, quite honestly. Oh my gosh, t-shirt. Holy. There you go, guys. Wow. I think you guys only came here for a freaking t-shirt. That's fine. Whatever. T-shirt time. Who gets this? Who got that reference? It's t-shirt time. Is that what it is? GTL. That's what's up. There. Go hit that link. And it should enter you to win a drawing. Let me know if it works. It looks like I got impressions, but no entries yet. There you go. You guys want the t-shirt, that's what you got to do. What was I going to say? I don't know. Help support the channel. Do something like that. Give me super chats. I'm just kidding. Don't give me super chats. What am I drinking? I'm drinking iced coffee from Whack Arnold's. Whack Arnold's is what I like to call McDonald's. But it's iced coffee with 2 shots of espresso. Because I need to be hyped. Rich B, where's a good place to start a career in IT? Not looking for a t-shirt. Appreciate that, bro. Where's a good place to start a career in IT? Anywhere that's going to hire you. That's the best answer I can give you. Apply for every single job you can possibly find until you get something. But always, any type of entry-level help desk job is always going to be your best bet. Internships, volunteer work, those are great ways to start. All right, 8 entries. All right, so at 11:45, I'm going to give you guys like 10 more minutes. I'll pull the winner. How many people we got in here? We got 70 people watching and only 8 people entered to win a t-shirt. Come on, y'all. It's free. You don't got to pay nothing. You just got to utilize like 30 seconds of your time. And you get this nice IT pro, a real technology hero, y'all. My answers are worth more than a t-shirt? I don't know about that. This t-shirt's pretty freaking legit. Look at that. It's got the network cable, the Ethernet cables there. That's what's up. If you guys don't know, if you're like 12 years old, you guys might have no idea what this is all about. I can appreciate that. I can understand that. You guys are youngins. It's all good. Where's it at? Where's it at? G.I. Joe. This is my take on G.I. Joe, y'all. A real American hero? No, a real technology hero. IT pro. That's what's up. Anyway, there's that. Psych, give me that shirt. Hey, Kev, thanks for joining the chat, bro. Make sure you guys go check out Kev Tech on his YouTube channel. No Degree IT, you grew up on G.I. Joe? I grew up on G.I. Joe, bro. Chris C., the advice you give everyone is awesome and really helpful. I'm glad, man. That's why I do this. I just want to help people. That's it. I just want to help people. That's what it's all about. I wish there was an IT career questions YouTube channel back in 1999, 2000 when I was first looking to get into this field. I think it would have been really helpful. I think it would have been I think it would have been extremely helpful to have this back then. But YouTube didn't even exist back then. Google barely existed back then. It's a whole new world. 2020. Yeah, we're definitely old. It's crazy to think that 21 years ago I started learning HTML. Yeah, G.I. Joe was a cartoon. There's even a G.I. Joe movie that came out, 7 years ago? G.I. Joe movie. When was it? When did that movie come out? Oh, in 2009. That was a long time ago. Dang, that was a really long time ago. Bruce Willis was in that? I don't remember that. How do I not remember that? Ah. Resident Nemo, can you apply for a job with your t-shirt on in the interview? I would highly recommend that for sure. 100%. You'll get that job right away. Don't do that. Speaking of youngins, what advice would you give to a teenager looking to get into IT or any field for that matter? Dude, being a teenager sucks, first of all. I'm sorry that you're a teenager because that just sucks. But the best advice that I could give you is, I think there's probably lots of bits of advice that I can give, whether it's good advice or not. I don't really know. But if you really want to get into IT, like now is kind of like your prime time to start learning whatever you can. Because young people have it so much easier nowadays than people did way back when. You have YouTube to your disposal to learn everything that you could possibly imagine. And same that for any other field. There's so much information that you have on the interwebs. Start researching. Start understanding it. I don't know. No degree IT. I tell you what, no degree IT. If you guys want to pick the Run Command shirt, well, that's what it is. If you want to pick the Run CMD, which is also, that's a play on Run DMC. I don't know if any of you guys know who Run DMC is. That's dating myself as well. That's what that's a play on. You guys can pick the t-shirt if you want. I don't care. I forgot what I was talking about. Well, what do I honestly think of the Google IT certification? I mean, I honestly think that it's probably a pretty good certification to help you understand some fundamentals of IT. I just don't think it's like very valued right now. I don't like it. Just it's probably a great way to learn some skills, but other than that, like I just don't see the value when the A+ is just like a lot better. Yeah. Michael Anderson, thanks, Zach. Do you have any plans for making videos for Docker containers? Yes, I do, actually. I actually have a OneNote that is filled with information about Docker when I started learning things about Docker and all that. So yeah, we won't go too much into the weeds in Docker, but we'll kind of do like an introduction to Docker and containers because I think it's important to understand. Robert, hey Zach, your story is really inspirational. You got bullied a lot, you drop out, but you got your GED. So it's all good, bro. Chris C, Zach, dumb question. There are no dumb questions. They're just questions that you don't know the answer to. It doesn't make it dumb. You don't know the answer. That's why you're asking the question, right? But the cords on my t-shirt are Ethernet cords, right? Yes, they are Ethernet cords. You have learned in the Comptia studies that there are a huge amount of cords to remember. I don't know what part of the A+ or even would it be on the A+ that they cover different cords like that. It's silliness. I would feel like if they're covering cords, that should be like on the IT fundamentals certification, the ITF Plus or whatever thing that is. What should you be learning for IT? You just have no idea to start. Check out the course that I got, bro. You will pay for it. You just want the hoodie. You want a hoodie option of the Run CMD shirt. I can probably make that happen. I gotta see here. I don't know, this Teespring stuff, it's like, let's see. Create another listing. How about offer me other options for this listing? How about that? I probably have to, I don't know, bro. Let's see. Run CMD. Let's edit this. Oh, I think I can make a copy of it. All right, hold up. Let's see. Run CMD. Duplicate setting. No, I don't want to do that. Or do I? Nope. Yeah, I could probably do it, bro. I'll have to play with it on the back end. I'm not going to do that right now. Shoot me a message so I remember. Shoot me a message. Send me an email or something. Or hit me up on LinkedIn or Discord, and I will do it. I'll add it. Thomas, hey, what do I think of online degrees? Do employers only care if it's as long as it's an accredited school in general? Nobody cares. A degree is a degree. Half the time they don't even care what your degree is in. Military experience can help you get a job in all walks of life. Oh my goodness. A t-shirt. Manny, you're like way behind on the t-shirt. Here, if you guys haven't yet, make sure... here, enter this to win the t-shirt. Bam. You guys have 2 more minutes before I pull the winner on that, by the way. There's 14 entries. Got 70 people watching. Is that right? Is that accurate? 70 people watching and only 14 entered. Come on, y'all. That's fine if you don't want a t-shirt. I get it. That's not that great. Jorge, how many certifications do I need to be considered as a network engineer, and which ones? You need experience to be considered a network engineer. No, not really. I mean, CCNA. Just go after your CCNA, bro. Is the new CCNA hard? Will I be taking it? I would check out like Network Chuck's video. I would check out what David Bombal has said about the new CCNA because they've both taken it. I have no interest in getting the CCNA. I at one point had a lot of interest in getting the CCNA, but it just doesn't fit in line. As I've kind of like went through my journey internally and the things that I want to do within my career, if YouTube explodes, being Cisco certified, it's not at the top of my list. Like, it's really not. Like, I know and understand the fundamentals of networking, and that's good enough for me and good enough for where I want to be in my career. So the CCNA is just kind of like, I don't feel like that's a requirement for me right at this point in my life. So I'm not going to utilize my time to study that. It's just, that's my personal choice. My personal choice on that matter. Piano player, as far as an IT career, more interest in working with hardware, for example, building, upgrading computers and servers, but I research IT in general, tell people I'm trying to get into ITA. I perceive they're thinking more of help desk side, end user software support. Yeah, because that's end user support, help desk stuff, that's the best entry to IT. There aren't really a lot of jobs out there where you're working directly with hardware, especially when it comes to building and upgrading computers and servers. It's just not, those are like very few and far between types of jobs. Oh, we're past it. What's the code for 50% off again? ITCQ 50. Bro, what about a data engineer? Where do you start and finish? Where do you start? Yes. No. What? I'm confused by that. You want to be a data engineer? Well, I mean, there's lots of things for Microsoft that offer that. All right, I'm drawing it right now, y'all. 18 total entries. Let me pull up this fancy dancy screen here. Random name picker. We're not going to use that. We're going to use this. All right, I'm shutting her down. So if you didn't enter, sorry for you. Winners. One prize left. We're going to draw the winner. Right? Meow. Let's do it. Draw. And the winner is Suicide. Love that. Dark Xenon. All right, bro. Shoot me an email. Or I guess I could shoot you an email. Let's turn that off. Congratulations to you, Suicide. I'm going to shoot you an email right now because I got to get your info, bro. Or girl. I don't know if you're whatever you are. Whatever you identify yourself as. I'm just call you dude because dude is multi-gendered. Let me get your info so I can send you this shirt. IT career. Size, address, and name, please. There we go. Holla. All right. Congrats to whoever just won that. I shot you an email. That's bogus? What's bogus? Hey, if you want the t-shirt, go buy it. That's all I can tell you. Just kidding. Dudette? It's a dudette? I thought we've determined that dude could be like, this coffee is a dude. My microphone here is a dude. My shirt's a dude. Call my dog dude. Everybody's a dude. You should have entered multiple times. Can I post to the UK? I don't know. I'll find out. But if I gotta pay for shipping, I'll pay for shipping. Pretty sure I should be able to. If not, I don't know. Okay, dude got someone banned from Twitter for misgendering like 2 weeks ago. Seriously? Like, whatever. I call everybody dude. I don't think it's a gender determining word or whatever. We won't go into that. This is IT career questions. All we care about is IT, y'all. That's what we care about. What is the easiest job in cybersecurity world? None of them. Okay, duder. I love duder. Duder is such a great word. I call my son duder all the time. I call my daughter duder. What's up, duder? What's going on, duder? Whatever. Anyway. Congratulations to whoever won the t-shirt. Hopefully you respond back so I can get your info and send it off. And that's it. That's all we got today. Like, that's all we got, y'all. Hope you guys appreciate this live stream. Should do it again soon. Next week, hopefully, I'll be doing this live stream that I was supposed to do last week, but I had a kid at home with me sick, well, he wasn't sick, but daycare lady was sick, so couldn't do it. According to Wikipedia, dude isn't a gendered term. Thank you, Wikipedia. You saved the day. All the time. Let me find this video so I can talk about it real quick. I just want to talk about it right quick. Link. All right. Let me pull this up. Do you need experience? We're going to be doing this live stream hopefully next week. Where we talk about getting experience, how you can start consulting, even with like little to no experience. We're going to talk about how that's possible, how you can build kind of a consulting business and help get yourself experience. I think this is going to be a really a very informational, like heavy stream. So we'll talk about that. Hopefully next week we'll get this done, and it should be fun. It should be a good time. But anyway, thank you guys for joining the live stream. I always greatly appreciate each and every one of you joining, talking, chatting, and let's try to do this again soon. You guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Always be learning and all that fun stuff. Excuse me. Sorry. Oh, I can't talk. You guys take it easy.